fan games. Most of you would probably have your minds thinking of familiar games you might have heard of, or at least ones that aren't based on FNAF or some connected to FNAF. But there's not so much. I mean, just think about it. You already have the joy of curation, which most of you might know is basically based on Scott's nightmares he had back then. Mostly of animatronics trying to haunt him or something, I believe. And yeah, Michael's also included into the lore. Basically, he was suffering nightmares. Next question, was Scott born like? Yeah, I think it was Scott back in the day. He had nightmares about the game. Oh, and there's also Finite Candies, which you might be familiar with. Pop Goes, of course, and even Jolly in this. Heck, it's even gonna get a 4th game soon. I'm not sure when, but it would be pretty cool if you think about it. Today, I want to showcase another FNAF fan game that's mostly based on Disney. Want to get a hint? It's simple. It's the first ever FNAF fan game. Besides FNAF in this franchise. Don't get the clue. Alright. The game I mentioned is Five Nights at Treasure Island. Most of you might be familiar with this game and its lore. Basically, some guy named Jake Smith is working for the police. The reason's because he's a college student, he needs that money, and yeah. He also saw some things too, but that aside, I'm gonna skip the lore, and we're gonna go over something. Maybe wondering why. Well, it's simple. We're going over the Gen 2 models of Five Nights at Treasure Island, and I thought I'd give out a showcase, so here it is. As you can tell, their models have been updated. I mean, just look at them. They look much creepier and realistic. I honestly like them. They're pretty cool if you think about it. Also, is that old Hortensia? And Old Face and P and Mickey? All of that aside, it's gonna be a very good game since the game's gonna update to Gen 2 now. But what this cast already got an update for, I know. But so far, my focus is a matter of Gen 2 being a thing in FTI, so I thought I wanted to, showcase it. There's a lot of stuff I could showcase, but I think I'll start with characters, because, how can we forget the characters, eh? Honestly, I can't really think about it, but I can now. Now, on to the first character on the list. The one that always asks if he wants to see his head come off, but he would probably say no in response or something. His name? Oh, it's easy, it's Photodicted Mickey. Anyways, as you can tell, his model has been very different compared to what you may have seen before. Knowledge, of course, if you watched the gameplay of someone playing the other version of FTI. I mean, Five Nights at Treasure Island, but you know what I mean. Anyways, that is him right there. His model looks more creepy than this first one, and also more accurate the more I look at it. Maybe that face, it doesn't tell a lie. And now we're going on to the next character, which is basically a rabbit who prays for God. You may even call him religious, but first let me just show you some stuff. First up is this title screen. Obviously this one's a joke version, and oddly has a familiar reference to it. Could you pin it out? Next image you are seeing right now is the mascot prep room. This is the current one, in case you're wondering. Looks better than the original, especially the lighting. And yes, I'll go over this embodied soon. Anyways, it looks pretty good, especially with the mascot heads, lighting, background design, yada yada. It's already gonna be pretty good when it comes out. And lastly, is Photodicted Mickey in your office, which is gonna be the regent. As you can see, the office has been updated pretty greatly. It's with Mickey and all the other stuff. I can already tell this is gonna be a good game. Oh, and yeah, I also realized that probably have to deal with the same mechanics, obviously. I mean, just look at it, he looks menacing. I wouldn't want to mess with him if I were you. But thankfully, if you know, well, you know. Anyways, we should now go back to the rabbit again. I don't want to leave him out, don't I? Lucky Rocky Rabbit, or like Heavenly Rabbit. Anyways, here's Oswald. I gotta say, he do be looking good in this design. Just look at him. He's got that tune aura in him. Looks more creepy now, as you can tell. The eyes, mouth, body color. Give the texture some better. You know, he looks less intimidating. Honestly, should be someone probably wouldn't want to mess with if I were you. I mean, just look at him. He looks a lot more, I don't know, I guess part creepy, if you will. Anyways, I should probably put a comparison up, so here you go. Now, as you can see, he clearly looks a lot better than the 2021. I mean, I won't complain if you guys say 2020 looks better, because he looks more eerie. But the current one meshes up the creepy cartoon style thing. I mean, look at him. Looks like a blog. From this supposed teaser I found on some Wikipedia, this is a teaser for him and another camera being the lounge. As you can tell by the setting it's taking place in. Gee, his mouth is technically made of flesh if I just zoom in a little. And this is also him, but in the office. It's a bit noisy though. Probably much that HS aesthetic thing. He looks pretty good if you think about it, so I like it overall. And now onto the quackster himself that quacks all along the way. Disembodied, which I gotta say, he looks way better than his original counterpart. If you look at them through comparison. Plus, I already showed you that mascot prep room image that also has disembodied, so there's no need. Although there is a joke image I have found, so I'm gonna show it to you. That
Your phone ringing! Your phone ringing! Big boy, come pick up your phone! Why you not pick up your phone? Your phone ringing! Your phone going to go to voicemail. Goodbye!
Well, that was interesting, to say the least. Next up, we have this. I'm not sure if I got that right, but that's how I say it. Don't judge. Anyways, it seems like this guy got a new render too, or design, as I would say. Just look at him. He's got so much melting on him. He don't have yellow overalls. Oh, and here's a comparison between him, because yeah. Oh, and also this little teaser of him, but Gen 2 model. So, yeah, not really much to say here. It's probably gonna be like his normal self, but better model this time. Maybe even a new jumpscare or something. Oh, either way, he looks pretty good. I'll just do the next character now. Next up on the list, which you might have seen before, is Impurity, I think. Anyways, here's what she looks like for a render, which looks even better than Gen 1. I mean, the clothes, the eyes, the mouth, looks more eerie and menacing. Now she doesn't look that uncanny. She doesn't give you that uncanny vibe anymore, am I right? But I gotta say, she do be looking good. Anyways, now I'll show you a few teasers now. Next up is a teaser of part of her head. I mean, that might not really be a big deal, but pretty cool, if I say so. Oh, and this is a teaser of her appearance in the lounge. I honestly thought it was gonna be an office, but surprisingly I got it right, it is the lounge. Also, I really think she's Spider-Man because she's climbing on that wall. Never could imagine a joke. And now we have the face. That one creepy looking sort of Mickey without legs or shoes. As you can see, his Gen 2 model don't be looking too bad. Looks more eerie than before. And he's also a comparison between 2020 and the original. There's an unfinished render of him in the caverns, I assume, and this little gif of him in the office. Pretty cool, eh? And from what I know from this, I will assume that basically we'll get mostly animations. Maybe for like walking into the office, going to the office. Maybe even animations for when they move into cameras, that'd be epic. But that's just a theory, my personal theory. Anyways, all of that aside, we're going on to the next character now, which is Undying, which is totally not a reference to Undyne from Undertale. Anyways, this is him right now in his Gen 2 model. Has similar body proportions to Henry, not gonna lie. But I guess now I know Henry's not dead, and that guy, I mean, Undying is obviously responsible for Henry's death. Or, I guess, incident. Anyways, I'll show some more stuff of him. Besides his model looking pretty good and accurate to like an average Mickey Mouse costume from the 19s. It's like even more better than the first one. I like it. Here is an image of him, which is basically a retexture of Undying. And apparently this was originally going to be his Gen 2 design. Although I like Gen 1 better. It looks more accurate to the Mickey Mouse costumes. Oh, and this is also another one without the effects or something. This is a work in progress of him in a pirate cavern room. It's a work in progress, as you can see. I gotta say, he does look intimidating, even when he poses. And this is a gif of him in an unknown room. Not sure what this would be used for. I assume somewhere in the office or something. Next up is the one and only Mortimer Mouse. I mean, Mortimer. This is his model right now for Gen 2. It looks very old school looking, and especially the static eyes. Let's cast it vibes. And this is him, but a work in progress design of him, yada yada. This is just brightness of him. Basically the same teaser of Brighton. Oh, and there's also the AC there. But this Casa, I believe, not the Treasure Island one, so not really much to say here. And to wrap this all up, we got the Ultimate Custom Night cast. First we got Sparky, who was known to be a popular FNAF rumor. We also got Photo Negative Minnie from the OG Finds Treasure Island, mascot Photo Negative Mickey from that one band by Disney Creepypasta in the face. We got also Hortensia, who looks a lot different. I feel like most of you all might know her. She also has a brain and also probably no arms, which is already giving me familiar vibes. Oh, and we also have Willy. Realized he got a Gen 2 model, so yeah, pretty cool.